So I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and she's been with me for a while. We've achieved some great things, but she told me the other day that she bumped into her old PT in the gym. Awkward. And so it got me thinking. I mean, she said it was very amicable, but she's changed a lot since she's been with me. And I just thought...
It's like... I'm sorry, I'm going to say, because it sounds like she's describing seeing her ex-boyfriend or something like that.
That's what it felt like. It felt like, oh, you met your ex-PT. How was the breakup? And it got me thinking about gym breakups and how the gym environment can be an awkward place.
Why did she break up with her PT?
I think they've stayed the course.
Yeah.
And I think she'd gotten what she needed from him.
Yeah.
From them. And she wanted to change. And so...
he wasn't able to change with her.
He wasn't able to grow with her. Whereas we've evolved together. It's not us, it was him.
It does sound like a breakup.
See, it's the weird thing. It's like bumping into your old barber. You know, you change.
Yeah, I'd have no idea what that feels like.
Oh.
It's a kind of a...
So a bit of a sore point. Yeah. It's still too soon.
Gym breakups are a real thing. There are so many different types of breakup. Like you talk about when you're with your client and they bump into that old PT. And especially when, what would have been hard for that PT? Because if I'm a PT and I see an old client,
yeah,
I want them to be fat now.
I knew you were going to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine as a PT seeing anything worse than knowing that your old client is with someone else and they now look and seem better. If they've got no PT, you go, I did that.
Yeah, I changed their mindset.
I changed your life.
Yeah, I see it.
If they've got a new PT and they look better, you're like, I failed. And the proof is there.
I never thought that.
So that must be hard for them as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's like seeing an ex-girlfriend who's now incredibly hot, has turned her life around, and you realise, wow, I was the problem.
Yeah, it wasn't you. It was
wasn't
me.
You.
Yeah, it was me. It's one of those weird scenarios, and it's not just up between PTs and their clients. It can be with anyone. I've trained with people in gyms before. I had a few sessions. I don't have a training partner, okay, because my times are erratic. But I've had people I've trained with in the past where I see them in the gym now, and I might be setting with someone else.
You're polygymorous.
Is that a new thing? I'm polygymorous.
You're polygymorous.
So what? That's it. I'm up for anything, basically. You know what I mean?
You just like training. It's not about training with the one person.
No.
It's just about training.
It's about the vibe. Damn it. I don't want to be boxed.
Polygymorous. New word.
All right, put it in there. If I don't see a caption with a noun and a breakdown. But in all seriousness, though, yeah, I've been in the gym and trained with other people, and I've seen people I've trained with in the past. I've gone hi, and I felt a little pang of guilt.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's come from.
It's just, I mean, there's people that you've trained with in the past. There's so many different types of this. It's where you've got people that you haven't trained with for ages for no reason, and then you just see them, but you'll see them while you're training with someone else, and that conversation, you're like, oh yeah, so how's it going? How have you been? So wow. Those are
the one that
gym partners.
Oh,
that's a difficult one.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the gym and seen one of your exes in the gym?
No.
Neither have I.
I mean, that sounded like a lie, didn't it?
Hey, I remember years ago, because in the fitness industry, it's slightly different. It's a jungle, and one of my exes in the industry as well, and she was training. I remember being in the gym one day, and she came in. She was just training herself, and it was a very amicable breakup, so it was fine.
So she dumped you?
No. It's just very amicable.
Your face changed.
It
was very amicable. She dumped you. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. I left her.
I was ready to move on. But no, and she was in the gym doing her thing. But it's one of those ones where I'm pretty sure my workout in that session was probably one of the best workouts I've done that year. because I was like,
you're gonna see what you lost out.
There you go. It's like, yeah, I didn't need Red Bull. I got my own wings, and it's a weird thing. So it's not just relationship, but there must be scenarios where people overstep the mark and start having relationships in the gym or go on dates with people in the gym. That must make the gym environment so awkward.
Oh, I know people that have met in the gym, started dating, it hasn't worked out, and then you see only one of them now trains at the gym. And you go, they had to find a new gym.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I get why it's easy, especially if you go to a gym all the time. So if you're, especially if you have like a local gym and you're real serious about your training and you're someone that trains 5-6 times a week, meeting someone else that also trains 5-6 times a week is going to be an attractive quality.
Yeah.
Because one of the hard things in a relationship is giving up your gym time to be with that person. And if they're not someone who is serious about going to the gym or even trains at all, they won't understand that you don't want to see them because you're in the gym.
Absolutely.
So meeting someone who has that shared passion makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's
you
a
don't
common
think about it past that.
No.
You don't think about it past that. And you haven't got, wow, if this doesn't work out, one of us is leaving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like my gym and I don't really care about awkward situations.
So you win.
Yeah.
See, that must happen all the time because I've seen so many relationships and people who've been out on dates and gyms, and I always wonder to myself, how awkward is it afterwards?
What if it's a really crappy first date? I mean,
you'd have to leave. What if you're halfway through the first meal on your first date with someone you've liked at the gym and had that gym crush moment, and you've got to that point, and halfway through the starter, you laugh and fart at the same time. You can't. How do you bring that back?
No, you can't. You're going to be there now. It's just an awkward one. That gym breakup, I don't know. What would be more awkward as a gym breakup? Seeing someone you used to train with or seeing someone you used to date?
Someone you used to date. It's got to be the worst, surely. Because you're both checking each other out for different reasons. You're looking like, are they still in shape? Are they getting better shape? Do they look happy? Who are they with? Who are they training? Who's their training partner? There's so many questions you might have to ask yourself that happens in a split second. And then it's the whole kind of, oh, hi.
It's that walking up to the, because you're always going to cross paths, aren't you? You're always going to cross paths at some point in that gym.
But it's also, you'll be wondering, what have they told other people in the gym?
Yeah.
Because in the gym, it's a community center. People are talking. And if they're like, oh, I want to date with that dude over there or that lady over there.
There's very few people that I talk to in my gym. And I've got the people that I'll train with.
Yeah.
And then there's the PTs that I know.
Yeah.
Anyone that they're training, because my PTs, the PTs in my gym are actually quite selective who they train. It's not like, oh, we're going to train everyone.
Yeah.
There needs to be that synergy there. They need to, it's like they need to make sure that they can help that person.
Which is how it should be. I love that.
Yeah. So because of what I know about them, if they're training someone, I will just assume that person's cool. And if I see them, because we kind of know each other, as you're right, it is a community, I'll stop and say hi to them. But then that's about it.
Do you know what? What you just said there, I think is so true of so many things. It's a tribal thing, it's a community thing. Because you go, I know you, you're cool. So if someone else knows you, they must be cool.
Yeah.
And it's that line, isn't it? The amount of people I've been introduced to in the gym who I've got to know or as a say hello to because they've been introduced to me by someone I know and I respect, they become an extension of the friendship.
Yeah.
And you go, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And it's I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know your background or anything. I know we're cool enough to be able to go, hey, how you doing? Or nod, or just a little wink, and that's it. And I love that about the gym.
Those are the nice moments. So, and it does make it easy when you go in there and you see the people. You're like, oh, what's going on? It makes it a nice experience.
Yeah. Flip side of that, there's also people in the gym. You know, there's people who are lurkers. I call them lurkers. People who will come up. You don't know them very well, but they don't read the situation very well, and they'll want to just lurk. And
spatial invaders.
Oh, spatial invaders.
Yeah, spatial invaders. Some people that are overly friendly.
Yes.
And I actually become quite paranoid about this because I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I don't talk to people for too long.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that there's some people, and some of them just want to talk to you about their journey and what they're up to.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I didn't ask.
Yes.
It's one of those, what are you up to? When I say that, I've stopped saying what you up to in the gym because people take that question the wrong way. Some people will take that to mean, hi, tell me everything about your session.
Right.
And I just mean, how are you?
Yeah. Top line.
Yeah.
Be polite. Say, I'm fine. I'm going through things, but I'm winning.
Yeah.
How are you? Follow it back.
That's about it.
Yeah. We're so British in that sense.
But some people, they will just, it is an open invite to tell me about your workout, about what's going on. And you think, I'm lifting a lot of weight over here. I'm trying to concentrate, but they don't get that there's certain days where you go in and you've got tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be rude to people. So I'm going to always go in with that. Do you know what I did now? So I used to wear those little earbuds, the tiny little ones.
Yeah.
I now wear bright red Dr. Dre Beats, just so there is no confusion that I'm not listening to you. I'm clearly, and every now and again, I'll sing a couple of lines so people know that I'm hearing music and I'm not talking to you. If you have to physically move it out of the way to talk to someone, but some people don't get that.
No.
I'm in a zone here.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you how you look when you're in the zone. When I go in the gym, if I'm wearing colours and it's like red t-shirts or that,
yeah,
I'm having a workout, but I'm open for discussion.
Have you colour-coded your outfits so people know when to talk to you?
Basically, if I'm wearing all black, don't talk to me. If I'm wearing black trainers, black tracksuit bottoms or shorts, and a black top, and I've got a face that says no, and I'm a nice guy, but that's what I'm like. No, not today. It's a time of fishing. It's also black as my.
Do you know you're doing that, or is this a subconscious?
I think it's a subconscious thing because certain days I want to go have a big workout. I haven't got time.
Yeah.
And black stuff, I've got loads of black stuff, but the black stuff goes on and I go in there like, and people are like, oh.
Most of my gym clothes are black because I can't be bothered to think. I just want to grab it and go.
Okay. So how much do you spend? Do you buy a lot of different gym gear?
I want to say no, that's a lie. I like a bargain. But the problem is, I go to the Nike factory outlets religiously. Anytime I'm on the road, if it's a long drive, I use it to break up a drive. So if I'm driving from London to Leeds, I know there's a couple of places I could stop and there'll be a factory outlet. In those outlets, I think you get the best value for money for sports gear, because sports gear now has become fashion. It's become apparel and the price has gone up for so many different things. And I don't want to spend that money. So I go to the Nike outlet centers and I will find myself a bargain. But the problem is the quality is so high that it lasts. And I've got so much of it that I've got stuff that I've had for well over a decade.
Yeah.
That still looks new just because of the quality. But if I see something, do you know what, I quite like that. And then you start to cycle through a wardrobe. I'll give some stuff to charity. But yeah, if I go past one, I'm like, I'm going to have a look.
See, the Instagram algorithm basically considered me to be its bitch. Because I'll be there and it'll be like, Gymshark sale.
Yeah.
Wear sale. This. And I'm like, do you know what? Let me swipe. And before you know it, I'm buying the same tank top or the same t-shirt for a different brand. They're 3 other colors. And it sits in my wardrobe at the back. Yeah. And I still cycle through the ones, my favorites. It's so weird. You know, you have certain tops, you go.
Do you know why this happens as well? So it's because you go, so say, for example, Monday you're at the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. Come home, get changed, that goes in the wash. Tuesday you're at the gym, you come home, get changed, that goes in the wash. Wednesday's the same. So by Thursday, you've now done the washing.
Yeah. That
stuff's out of the washing, back on the shelf. But it goes back to the top. So you cycle through the top 5 things in your cupboard.
Yeah.
And you find if they're folded, you'll cycle through them. If they're hung up, you might browse.
Yeah. Don't worry, that psychology makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
But it also triggered me to something I heard on the news the other day, and I was aghast. The question was, how often do you wash your gym gear? Now, no. There's no right answer here apart from one answer.
What?
Every time.
So yeah, I come home, I take it off, it goes in the wash.
Right. There are people, and they'll interview people on the street. This is on the BBC News morning. There were people saying, yeah, if I work out, sometimes I'll use it for 2 or 3 goes, then I'll wash it.
Street interviews baffle me. There's certain things when I see people go, you know you're on camera, right? So I'll tell you another one. Anyone who went on Embarrassing Bodies. The show's called Embarrassing Bodies. I don't get why you would go on there. There was this one dude that was, he went on there to say that he had this really awful smell coming out of his penis. Dude, go to your GP. Why go on TV? Because your friends are going to see this. Everyone you know, everyone you don't know is going to see this. Some of the stuff I see people going on that show for, go to your GP. You're on camera. I don't get paid for it.
Right. Again, we've gone through this previously about what you would do for money.
If I'm being paid, I'll make it up. I'll tell you some embarrassing stuff that isn't really happening.
Oh yeah.
But we'll make it up. I did a show on Comedy Central called Unforgivable. And on that one, it was kind of unforgivable / embarrassing stories. They paid me a lot of money to do that show. So I told them everything. And it was hilarious. But it was stuff that you can come back from.
Okay, yeah. Some things you can't come back from.
Don't go on TV and openly say, yeah, I don't wash my clothes. I like to let the sweat fester.
Right. So, again, the street interview thing, the amount of people that were saying 2 workouts. One guy who looked like a deranged farmer said he doesn't work out in the gym, but the clothes he wears, he said he tends to wear them for 4 or 5 days before he washes them. I'm like...
You need more clothes.
Needing more clothes.
And again, I'd get so paranoid about that because I've been around other people in the gym that stink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do they not know? And then my paranoia goes, do you not know? So now because of that, I definitely change it each time.
Oh.
How often do you change your pants?
Sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, me too.
I move a lot. I train people. I'm changing my pants. There's no, as my mum would say, dirty brief. I'm not having dirty brief.
So again, I don't like to think about stuff that to me doesn't matter. So underwear doesn't matter. So all of my pants are the same. I buy from the same place, my socks as well. And every now and again, I'll just recycle them. I'll go there and I'll just buy 10 new pairs. Because I don't care.
Yeah.
Under my trousers, it does not matter. Problem is, because they all look the same, so like if I take them off and leave them somewhere in my room, I'm like, did I wear those already? So now I have to, they have to go straight in the wash.
Come on, you're lying. You do the sniff test, same as everyone else does.
Yeah, everyone does a sniff test.
Everyone does a sniff test.
Yeah.
Just in case. I sniff my pants sometimes like I sniff milk.
I go, yeah, they're okay.
They're okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not gym worthy.
I'll tell you an advert that I now do like, because we've spoken about this before. I do hate some adverts, and there's only one advert that has changed my mind. And I remember watching those like fabric softener adverts.
Oh yeah.
Where they would take them out of the laundry and do that big old sniff. I was like, nobody smells their clothes like that until I put my jumper on. I was like, what is that? Like, oh, I'm in a meadow. And that meadow summer breeze really, really kicked in. And I was like, that is the realest advert I've ever seen.
Fame has changed you.
Yeah, you don't wash your clothes every day.
I'm like,
you weirdo.
Recently, we've hit gold. You know those little balls you get? The little scented balls you get?
Yeah.
All right. So recently, we've tried a few of these things, the wife and I. And we found one that nails it to the point where I can't wait to go to bed, to lay my head on the pillow. And
it happens to everyone.
What other things have you realised that kind of highlight the fact that even though we're banging gym, we're getting older, dude?
One of the happiest days in the adult week is when you know you've got fresh bedding on.
Oh.
And you're looking forward to getting into bed.
Yeah. But also after you've had a shower, you got some nice clean, like veg, snooty, chill out clothes. Honestly, I didn't know.
This is why I like holidays so much. So even when I've been on the cruises and they change your bed every day and every evening feels like that. Oh, this is amazing.
Doesn't it change your perception about the world though?
Yeah, annoyingly, it's because going on holidays and things like that, especially so, going on an all-inclusive holiday, here's the worst thing about an all-inclusive holiday. It feels like you get a glimpse of what it's like to be rich.
Yeah.
Where you just get up and do what you want and everything's already done for you.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about what to eat. I don't have to think about where to go. It's all there for me and I'll go and do what I want. And then every day it starts again. And you don't know. All you have to do is say thank you to people. And then you come back and you're like, oh, I've got to make myself that sandwich. Oh.
All inclusive changes everything.
Yeah.
We only go all inclusive now because we got a young one and she can get funny about what she wants to eat at certain times. And the amount of times and the amount of money we spent over the years going to nice restaurants and she just asks for like chips.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, all inclusive, she's having a well of a time.
Yeah.
We're sitting there just eating all day, every day. The problem is though, and here's my balance to this. When we do all inclusive, it also has to have a gym.
You need it because free food costs something.
Yes.
The shows that I do regularly are shows on cruise ships. And it has to have a gym. And I say to people when they're in the gym, here's where you pay for that free food.
Right.
Because you start with good intentions. It is so easy to start with that good intention. You go, do you know what? It's a stone-based pizza. That's relatively healthy. Eat 3 of them. Shut up, brain.
There you go.
And then, you can have a burger with that pizza. Why the hell not? You're on holiday. Do you know what I struggle with the gym life? Rest days. I'm not good at rest days because if I have too many days out, that break becomes a hiatus. So, for example, I find it easier to eat well if I've trained in the morning.
Yes.
Because I've started my day off positively.
Yes.
When I'm training, the diet becomes more second nature. When I haven't been to the gym, that day now, I'm like a crackhead. Going, I need cake today. I need it.
Oh,
give me. Yeah, I turn into a real crack fiend. Where I'm like, I need the sugar. My guilty pleasure, and I say guilty. I feel no way about it. I love baked goods.
See, my dream for us is to get to a point where Greg's say, we'll sponsor you.
Oh God, no, I couldn't, because I'll eat it. I will.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I don't. I found it weird when McDonald's sponsored the Olympics.
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, from the PR point of view, they sat in a room and said, you know what? We want elite athletes.
Yeah.
We want people who are at the precipice of human development as speed, strength, and condition. What should we do?
Do you know where we spoke about what you would do for money? I imagine this is the same conversation they had around the board. Was it the 2012 Olympics?
Yeah.
Where they were like, right, we need to get a sponsor because someone's got to pay for this. We want to promote health. We want to promote fitness. We want to promote lifestyle. We need someone that encompasses that. And then one of them came in and said, McDonald's said they'll give us 50 million. We'll take it.
We'll take it.
That made no sense to me. McDonald's, that was just a sense of irony that McDonald's is sponsoring the Olympics.
Nothing more to say to that. See you next time.
Yeah, the diet for me, that's the big one. It is trying to not have those baked goods.
See, whereas I've got no problem with having the baked goods because I've got a sweet tooth. I just have to limit myself. So whereas in the past I would have had like quite a few.
Yeah.
I've learned to live in the grey or only have a couple or maybe one?
See, I can't do that. I'll give you an example because it's about context.
Yeah.
I'll always say, I'll only have one. And people go, biscuit? And I go, no, packet. It's still one. How many did you have? One. Don't ask me any more questions.
That's to leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew I had a problem when I went into local bakers during COVID, as you was like, the usual.
Dude,
Right.
this has happened to me, and there's certain times in my life where you realise how far you've let stuff go.
Right.
I walked into a McDonald's. Do you know how many customers, on average, a person that works at McDonald's serves throughout the day? It's thousands.
Yeah.
Yet this person, when I walked in, went, oh, same again.
Oh, Lord.
That person remembered my McDonald's order. Do you know how much you have to order for that person to remember you in McDonald's, the busiest place in the world? And they said to me, do you want your usual? I mean, I said yes. But after that, I was like, I'm going to the gym tomorrow or the day after.
I'm disgusted.
I felt, oh, yeah. I don't want to have a usual in a fast food place.
No. Unfortunately, I have a usual in my local cafe.
Yeah.
I have the usual clearly now in my baked good, the bakery. Strangely enough, I don't have a usual in anywhere really healthy. Holland Barrett.
Baron are like, oh my God, you need some more potassium capsules.
Your magnesium looks low. Vitamin C. No, it's a shame, but
It's always in
about
the crap
balance.
places.
It's the crap places, unfortunately.
But I think you're right. I think balance is key. Balance is key for everything.
Yeah. People think life is black and white. Life is not black and white. There's a whole lot of grey between those 2 points. And I like to live in the grey so I can eat the things I want.
Yeah.
I train. I'm trying to keep myself moving. And that's it.
I can moderate better now. Now I'm feeling a part where I'm not always angry because I'm not trying to restrict myself. And I don't think you should restrict yourself. I think you should find something that works for you.
Absolutely. And that's dependent on your goal. So you and I, you've got to be in shape for a tour or to be seen.
Yeah.
I've got to be in shape for if I'm teaching at events or doing any kind of like online coaching. So I've got to stay within a certain range. If I look at myself in the mirror and go, no, I'll make adaptations.
Yeah.
So, and I want people out there to understand, if you're not happy with what you see, then make adaptations, but don't just do it for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Do it with a goal in mind.
And how you feel, I've learned, is really important.
It's key to everything.
Yeah. Because there's so much body dysmorphia. So it's very much you have to go with how do you actually feel today? And I stopped thinking of it as, have to hit this many calorie goals a day. And it was, I just need to be active.
Yeah.
I just need to move. So sometimes I go to the gym with no real plan in mind, just to move. And I'll go for a walk. I'll do probably more. I won't go silly heavy. I just go there just to really be active and just so I've done something for the day.
And that feeds your soul and clears your head, and everything else follows. Because I think too many people put too much onus on feel they need to break records, hit PBs, and be perfect.
Yeah.
You don't need to be
Life
perfect.
isn't perfect, and I think people should revel in that. I like the imperfections now.
Yeah.
It's like when I see people taking pictures, they're like, no, this one isn't great, take another one. This one isn't great, take another one. I'm like, sometimes the perfect picture isn't perfect.
Yeah.
And that's what, like we're going back now. Remember back in the day where you would have the disposable cameras that you had to wait 2 weeks, and some of them, the amount of pictures we've got where someone's putting a weird face or it's blurry, but it is a perfect memory of what that night was.
Yeah.
Like there's tech now on cameras that will make the picture perfect, take things out of it. And I'm like, you shouldn't have that memory the way that memory was.
Yeah.
Don't adapt that memory, because now you're playing with what is reality.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Reality is so skewed, people can't accept reality.
It's like filters on social media.
Yeah.
Those I'm like, you're showing everyone a version of yourself that you really want, but that will start to play with your mind.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this, and I think this is a thing we will start discussing more, is learning to be comfortable within yourself. Yeah. Now, I'm going to go and get some biscuits.
Yeah, I'm going to go and get Uber Eats delivery of some buns here before we leave.